Alright, so I've had a few questions about the Chevy emblems here recently, and all in due part to these nice little dimples that Chevy has put in the middle part here in the gold section. As you can kind of see, it's kind of textured. It's a real pain in the ass to wrap or put any kind of vinyl on. In some instances, you're using more of a calendared vinyl, or if you just bought something to put over it, something generic from eBay or Amazon. The key here is low heat. If you're using a heat gun, or if you're using any kind of a hair dryer or whatever, hobbyist type tools, I'm going to be using a torch and a tool that I like to use, which is a Rolly Pro. It's just a foam little wheel here. So we'll clean it, tape it off, apply, and cut out. So we'll get our little towel. Quick little cleanup, obviously. Getting these little grooved areas, just clean the overall whole condition. Want it nice and clean. Kind of scrub a little bit, scrub down, around in the grooves especially. You want that thing to be better than it was. Okay. A little dirt there. Set the alarm off. I'll take some tape. And I'm just going to slightly go to the edges. I'm just going to do this as a quick for instance. And again, I'm putting this tape on here so that our other materials don't stick to it. It's surprising how well it works. And it's quite nice because if you have too much material on it, it can become more or less a hassle than anything if you're just trying to go straight towards. Again, I'm just going inside the groove here. If you're on the vehicle, you might want to trim out if you want to take the time to do it. Trying not to get in the way of the camera too much. All right. And I'll move the camera up and kind of show you what I've done here to make things a little easier so you can kind of see what's going on. I'm just kind of quickly doing this haphazardly, if I must say. Some of you might think this is not necessary. Well, you would be surprised, especially if you've never done something like this before. This is your first time trying to try this out. So, all right, so we've got this kind of taped down in a way. What I have here is just some intermediate vinyl A6, black. Get that out of the way. I'll cut this side that I need. So I've taken my A6. My customer wants this black. So this is what we're using here. Make sure my tape's down. Not any of the edges here. I'm gonna just cover this here. All right, got full coverage all the way around. Take a little heat. I'm just heating this out. So then with a firm pressure, I'm just gonna go across. And again, firm heat all the way across. Really get down in there. I am applying pressure, a lot of pressure, not enough to break the plastic itself, but enough to get down those ridges. So, all right. So, just want to kind of look everything over. As you can see, it's down on there pretty well. That was a bad spot on this emblem right here. But you can see with the light and how well it goes down. And again, this is A6, it's not airgrass. I'm just heating it up ever so slightly. Now I have a little squeegee here. I'm just going to kind of work the edges down to a point. Now in this case, this stuff sticks fairly well, so I'm just making some relief cuts. And again, it doesn't stick to the tape, so that's a plus, and I'm not pressing down hard enough to score the actual chrome piece. I'm just lightly cutting, just enough to give me some lip. I'm gonna take my squeegee there and I'm gonna kind of pull that edge down. And if I have to, I'll take my hard card part and kind of press it to get it even down even further, to give it a nice little clean look. Now, again, running my hard card there, taking my felt side and rubbing the flat out there. Same here on the end. I'm working my way out, as you notice, and not my way in, because I want it to have low stress, especially on the ends, so that way it'll have more to grip down in the bottom. And the same way there, up at the top, just starting right there at the edge. Again, moving my hard card over as I work. And key is also to really not push down into the groove. Lift that extra up, go ahead and push down on the corner. Take your felt side, rub it out, come back over with a hard card. Same way with the corner over here. Take that stress out, push down on the edge, felt. It's just a repetitive motion is all it really is. And you'll find that it makes things a lot easier, looks a lot cleaner, and you'll have less problems down the road. So again, hard card on the edge, just rest on the edge there, squeegee, and into the corner. Again, it's an outward motion. We're not trying to work our way into the corner, because it's not going to have enough excess to do what you want it to do. And again, you can rub down with firm pressure. Oh, just don't throw your hard card around like I do. All right. Rub that hard card down into the corner. Lifting my edges up, and I'll come back and trim as needed. Now, yes, I could have heated this up a little bit more and used my little special rolly tool. Y'all probably wondering where in the heck I got that from. I got it offline from one of my tool distributors, fellers. So again, I'm working my way out, hit my top edge here, make sure my corners are nice and neat, and my last corner here. Again, hard card, felt, press firm, and hard card again. So we've got all that nice little repetitive motion, clean blade. What I'm looking for is my corner. Now, if I had used that hard card like I was supposed to on that edge, it gave me a defined line that I needed to cut. So I'm putting my blade against the chrome side on the outside where the blue tape is, and I'm just cutting to a point and I'm stopping. I'm going left to right, up to down, into the corners. So that gives me the appropriate coverage that I'm looking for, and that also gives me enough access on the ends to tuck in. And also just try to ensure that you have enough access there. Again, left to right, up and down, in the groove, blade on the chrome. Just working my way across as I go. Now, speed is not really necessary in this type of thing. This is really just take your time, no big rush. You get in a hurry, mistakes happen, the blade comes out and you scratch something. And if this is not your car, or if it is your car, guess what? You just made an expensive little purchase on a nice small emblem here. All right, take my heat gun again. Nice little press down on it. Now on this part right here, I actually have a nice little pick tool here that I use. Or you can use a hard card again, credit card, whatever you have. And I just basically just come around the edges and tuck them in, make sure everything's in where it's supposed to be, have a nice little clean look here. Sometimes you have to kind of rub it down so that it stays. And if you haven't cleaned and it's not staying, well, that's probably because you didn't clean well enough. Again, you just go around the edges as well as you can. Slow and steady.
Hey, Corey.
Uh-huh.
That one.
All right.
Adding heat as you go.
Radioactive, this is Corey.
As you can hear my coworker over there. Just
Yes, sir.
slowly going around. Slowly moving.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. There we have it.
Okay. And